We've spent an entire year, more than a year, in this house as sort of show residents, test residents, and we ran lots of events from this house. And during that time, this house sort of moved from being a show home to something of a public home. So more and more people came with their own ideas of things that they might want to see. And because I guess in this area there at the moment isn't yet a lot of social infrastructure, people need places where they can meet and come up with ideas.
Today what we're going to do is we're going to go on a walk through various gardens, and we're going to end in the proposed community gardens, where we're going to sit down to an incredible meal which has been cooked all day here by the people in the kitchen.
I'm Jenny, I just live in Trumpington on the High Street. We're making a community feast for about 80 people out of local fruit and veg, so a lot of it is spare allotment fruit and veg.
As we walk, we're going to carry this apple tree. What it would be wonderful is if everyone could take the load for a little bit.
Community gardens offer space for people to come outside from their houses, share your knowledge, perhaps your plants and seeds with other people, but to share time with each other.
Community garden project that the Habitatorial team have been kind of involved with is a really concrete example of something people could get involved in from both sides of, Trumpington.
This site will become a place where people from Trumpington, the older parts and the new development, come together as a group to enjoy choosing how to use a space, because this is going to be a community space. Over the next few hours, everyone will start to understand what potential there is here, maybe chip in a few ideas about how this space might be used in the future.
We haven't really got to know people yet and what's going on here, and it's been really interesting. Like, we sort of saw this development as kind of just lots of big houses all crammed into one space, but seeing things like this and kind of the effort that's going into kind of making spaces that are for people, it makes you a bit more hopeful.
Cambridge has got loads of coffee shops now that are lovely, and I don't see why Trumpington can't get its own as well. There's so many people around here that it's clearly a market for it, and people can meet each other.
The focus is around children and families, which is important, but I would like to also have some conversation about older people.
We're going to have a discussion, and the topic of today's discussion is what ingredients are needed to create a good place to live.
I think it's lots of little things make community more than any centre.
It's more about us than it is about sort of facilities.
It's the invisible communities, the invisible groups of people that we need to pay more attention to.
You have a very restricted life. It's very hard to make friends when you're older, for example.
When the community square, the community centre, the health centre, the library, the skate park and all of those facilities come forward, I do think that'll bring a lot of people together from the old and new communities of all different ages.
I like the idea of the movie night. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I've been here for
2 years by the time I went to the pop-up pub, and I met more people in one evening than I'd met in 2 years living on this development, so this is exactly the kind of space we need.
One of the values of community ownership isn't just about giving people a voice, it's actually giving people a role in what's happening.
1,